It was one of those bleak, gray mornings where the city feels like it's holding its breath. Overnight, rain left the sidewalks slick and puddles glistening, reflecting the tired, pale sunlight. Amara, a woman just barely out her teens, was making her usual walk to work at Starlight Plaza. She'd been cleaning offices there since she was 18, moving through the shadows of the city's glass towers with quiet determination. That morning, as she passed the plaza's entrance, a sleek black car rolled up behind her and slowed down to a stop. Now, normally, Amara wouldn't have given it second thought. People rarely see her, and even less often do they acknowledge her. But something about that moment was different. Inside the car sat Olivia, a flashy, entitled fashion influencer whose world revolved around designer labels, viral videos, and followers who worshipped her every move. Her phone was in one hand, steering wheel in the other, eyes scanning and then locking onto Amara. Without warning, Olivia slammed her foot on the accelerator. The tires spun on the wet pavement, and then bam, they hit a big puddle right next to the curb. A wall of muddy water exploded upward, soaking Amara from head to toe before she even had a chance to react. She froze, drenched, as the car sped away. And then came the laughter. Loud, cruel, echoing from the open window. "Clean yourself, poor cleaner," Olivia shouted, her voice dripping with scorn. You'd think that kind of humiliation would break someone, right? But Amara just blinked, stunned at first, then felt the cold mud dripping down her face and soaking into her uniform. People nearby glanced over, some whispered, but no one stepped in. Without a word, without tears, Amara reached into her bag, pulled out a small towel, and began wiping her face. Her hands trembled, sure, but she held her head high and kept walking. Now, here's the twist: this moment didn't go unnoticed. Across the street, through a coffee shop window, James was watching. He was in his early 30s, owned half the buildings around, including Starlight Plaza. His jaw clenched as he saw Olivia drive off, laughing like it was all some big joke. But his eyes stayed fixed on Amara, the way she didn't break down, the way she quietly held herself together and kept moving forward. James thought of his mother, a woman who'd cleaned houses to put him through school, facing every hardship with quiet strength just like Amara. He walked up to the counter, ordered a warm sandwich, and handed it to the barista with a note. "Please give this to the young cleaner who just walked in." That day, Amara found the sandwich waiting in the staff room. No name, no explanation, just a warm meal and a simple message. Keep going. Someone sees you. It was the first kindness she'd felt all day. But it didn't stop there. Over the following weeks, little things started happening. A new pair of gloves appeared in her locker. A notebook filled with encouraging words showed up beside her cleaning cart. Sometimes a hot drink was waiting, never signed, never explained. Amara was puzzled but grateful, keeping her head down and working harder, arriving early, staying late, making sure every corner sparkled. Her supervisors noticed. So did her co-workers. But not everyone was happy about her progress. Jealousy brewed among some cleaners, especially those who'd been there longer. Rumors spread accusations that Amara was playing favorites with management, attempts to sabotage her work. One day, someone even messed with her cleaning schedule, making it look like she'd skipped an entire floor. When confronted, Amara didn't snap. Calmly, she showed her supervisor her logbook and offered to redo anything that needed fixing. Her honesty and dedication spoke louder than the whispers. Soon, the rumors faded, replaced by grudging respect. Then came the biggest surprise. One afternoon, after her shift, Amara received a formal, sealed envelope not from the company, but a letter offering her a full scholarship to study hospitality management at one of the country's top schools. No sender's name, just a final line. "Your future deserves more than mopping floors. I believe in you." Tears welled up for the first time in a long while. It wasn't just survival anymore, it was hope. Unbeknownst to Amara, James had arranged it all. Every gift, every gesture, every opportunity was a carefully laid path forward. Weeks went by, and Amara's world changed. She attended classes at night, still working full days. Exhausted, Sure, but her spirit burned brighter than ever. Every swipe of the mop, every wiped surface felt like a step closer to something bigger. She kept moving forward. But here's another twist. Not everyone wanted her to rise. Olivia's cruel splash had been caught on camera, a security camera perched high above the plaza entrance. The footage showed the car, the puddle, the splash, and Olivia's mocking laughter. It went viral, starting with one post on a local gossip page, then another within hours. The clip spread across social media like wildfire. Rich influencer humiliates cleaner girl. Olivia strikes again, headline screamed. Amara had no clue any of this was happening. She came to work, unaware the world was buzzing with her pain. But Olivia knew. Her phone blew up with messages, sponsors dropped her, and her carefully crafted image shattered overnight. Panicked, she posted a defensive story on Instagram. It was just a joke. People are so sensitive. I didn't mean to hit the puddle. No one bought it. Old messages leaked where Olivia mocked people she considered beneath her. The public turned on her. Her powerful father saw it as a disaster for their family name. He cut off her credit cards, suspended her from social media, and demanded she issue a public apology or lose everything. Meanwhile, Amara kept her head down, studying, working harder than ever. She wasn't just a cleaner anymore, she was becoming a leader. Then the promotion came. Amara was moved to the VIP floor, the most exclusive part of the building, reserved for top executives and elite guests. A clear sign of trust and respect. She stood in front of the mirror in the staff bathroom, adjusting her new uniform. It fit better, and she stood taller. For the first time, she looked like she belonged. What Amara didn't know was that James had personally approved the move. He'd been watching her quietly for months, admiring her strength and humility. Though they'd never met face to face, he knew her heart. One day, after finishing her shift on the VIP floor, Amara found an envelope slipped under her locker door. Inside was a handwritten letter. You've inspired me more than you'll ever know. You're not alone. Someone believes in you. This time, there was a name, James Carter. Amara read the letter over and over, her breath catching. The name was familiar from a photo in a business magazine in the break room. James Carter, youngest billionaire in the country, owner of Starlight Plaza. Her hands trembled. Suddenly, all the kindness, the gifts, the scholarship made sense. Tears filled her eyes, but this time from gratitude and awe. She wasn't alone. The next morning, Amara arrived at work with a new purpose. She barely slept after reading James's letter. It wasn't just the support, it was the belief. Someone who had everything chose to see her. And that truth became her armor. She stepped onto the VIP floor, ready for her rounds, when she noticed people staring not with judgment, but curiosity. Some even smiled. Curious, she went to the staff break room, where a group was whispering around a phone. She leaned in. It was Olivia standing before cameras, dressed plainly, beside her father. I want to publicly apologize, Olivia said, voice shaking, to the young woman I wronged. What I did was cruel and immature. I offer my sincerest regret. Amara's breath caught. This wasn't the same Olivia, the one who laughed as she drove away, soaked and humiliated. This Olivia looked broken, defeated. Her father stood behind her, arms crossed, clearly forcing her hand. Then Olivia said, her name is Amara. I've tried reaching out, but she has not responded. I understand why. I hope one day she can forgive me. Silence followed. Comments flooded the screen. Too little, too late. Where's Amara? Let's hear from her. Amara stepped back, heart pounding. She didn't want revenge. She didn't want attention. She wanted peace. But the world had other plans. By lunchtime, messages flooded in from coworkers, strangers, reporters. Everyone wanted to know how Amara felt about Olivia's apology. She stayed quiet. That evening, James sent a message. Meet me at the plaza entrance. Just come as you are. No pressure. At 6, Amara stood where it all began, the puddle long gone, the sidewalk dry. There was James, beside a sleek black car like the one that changed her life. Only now it brought no fear, only curiosity. He nodded. You handled everything with grace, he said. More than anyone would have. Amara looked at him, unsure what to say. "I never meant to cause any of this," she whispered. "I know," he said. "That's what makes you different." He handed her an envelope. Inside was a key and a letter. "This is your graduation gift," he said, "a fully furnished apartment near campus. No more commuting. You deserve comfort. You deserve peace." Tears filled her eyes. "Why me?" she asked. James smiled. "Because sometimes the strongest people wear the humblest clothes. You reminded me of who I wanted to be, not the man I am." From that moment, their relationship shifted. He became her mentor, her friend eventually, something more. Over the next year, Amara graduated with honors and was promoted to head of hospitality training at Starlight Plaza. Her story spread, quietly a symbol of resilience and strength. Olivia faded away, her brand damaged beyond repair. Without kindness or authenticity, her influence crumbled. 1 year later, on the anniversary of that morning, a gala was held at Starlight Plaza. Amara stood on stage, receiving a special award for outstanding service. She ended with this: "I used to believe life was about surviving whatever was thrown at me, but I've learned the mud we walk through sometimes leads us to the light we never knew we deserved." She looked into the crowd, James sitting proud in the front row. After the ceremony, they walked together toward the entrance where it all began. She paused, slowly removed her award ribbon, and placed it gently on the ledge, not as a victory over Olivia, but as a sign of letting go. Because sometimes the world tries to bury you, but if you keep walking, even through the mud, someone might just see you rise. So what do you think? Was justice served? Did kindness really win? Or was this just a rare story in a world too often silent and indifferent? Let me know your thoughts below. Let's talk about justice, dignity, and resilience in today's world. If this story moved you, please like, comment, and share, because kindness matters, resilience inspires, and every soul deserves to shine. Thanks for listening.